In a Premier League era dominated by star power, big names, and eye-watering transfer fees, sometimes the real stories fly under the radar. The spotlight always seems to shine on the flashy dribblers, the YouTube highlight kings, and the next big thing from South America or the Bundesliga. But behind all that noise, there's a player who's been quietly doing the one thing every striker is judged by, and that is scoring goals. No controversy, no drama, no headline grabbing transfers, just a 6'4" striker putting in the work game after game after game, a man who doesn't crave attention, but he deserves it. This is not your usual Premier League superstar story, because Philippe Mateta doesn't need hype to make an impact. Today, we're diving deep into the man himself, the Crystal Palace's unsung hero, the numbers, the tactics, the silence around his name, and what the future might hold for one of the league's most overlooked goal machines. First off, let's take a look at the numbers this season. As you guys can see, 17 goals and 3 assists in all competitions. Guys, that's not a hot streak. That is a level of consistency, especially for a team like Crystal Palace. Mateta is converting chances with ruthless efficiency, whether it's a glancing header from a set piece or a first time finish inside the 6-yard box. He's got that striker's instinct, the kind you just can't coach. But the goals only tell part of the story. What really stands out about Mateta is how he's adapted. Early in his Palace career, he was seen as one-dimensional, strong, sure, decent with his back to goal, but very limited. Fast forward to 2025 and he's added layers, pressing intelligently, timing his runs, dropping deep when he's needed. He's no longer just a finisher, he's a focal point. Now, here's where things get a little bit weird. You'd think a Premier League striker scoring nearly 20 goals a season will be making some form of headlines, right? Wrong. Mateta has become the invisible man, a ghost in the conversation around top flight strikers. While others grab the spotlight for flashy flicks or viral quotes, Mateta just scores goals. He's not a social media star, he's not doing weekly interviews or flaunting new boots, and he plays for Crystal Palace, not a traditional media darling like United or Arsenal. So the headlines, they go elsewhere, to players with better PR, bigger fan bases, or just better algorithms. So now let's take a look at Glasner and Mateta, the relationship that these two have. The man who took Frankfurt to Europa League glory. When he arrived at Palace, fans weren't sure what to expect, but tactically, he's been an absolute breath of fresh air for the Premier League. His preferred 3-4-2-1 system has transformed Palace from reactive to proactive. So let's start with the system. The 3-4-2-1, it gives Palace width from wingbacks, central control through a double pivot, and 2 advanced playmakers just behind the striker, of course Mateta. It's a shape that thrives on intelligent movement, rapid transitions, and verticality. And Mateta, he's the ideal tip of this spear. He likes to pin centre-backs, creating space for the inside 10s, so usually Eze, to drift into pockets. When the wing-backs push up, Mateta often becomes the lone outball. His hold-up play isn't just good, it's essential to this system. One thing I will say is Glasner is not a rigid manager. In tougher matches, he's shown flexibility with a change of system, potentially going with 5 at the back, with Mateta sometimes playing alongside a second striker. In that setup, Mateta plays more as a decoy runner, dragging defenders to create the lanes for that player, and sometimes then with Eze coming in late. Then there's the defensive phase. This is where Mateta's growth is most obvious. In previous years, pressing wasn't his thing. Now he is the trigger. Palace pressing waves, and it often starts with him. He'll force the centre-back one way, then angle his run to cut off the pivot pass. It's subtle, but it's deliberate. And don't sleep on his off-ball runs. They rarely make highlight reels, but they bend defences. He drags centre-backs wide, he checks short, forcing a DM to follow. He makes that hard near-post dart that opens up the top of the box. It's these unglamorous movements that allow Eze to dance, Sarr to strike, and Wharton to pass into space. In short, Glasner isn't just using Mateta as a goal scorer, he's using him as a system player, a press initiator, a space creator, a structure stabilizer. And when the system clicks, Mateta becomes the final blow after the setup, like a sword forged for one perfect strike. Now, let's put Mateta's season into perspective by comparing him with the Premier League's top scorers as of today. You've got Mohamed Salah, of course, Liverpool's front man, the man who is firing Liverpool to the title on 27 goals, followed by Erling Haaland on 21, alongside Isak. Chris Wood having a brilliant season on 19 goals, Mbeumo with 18, Vissa with 16. Brentford forwards are doing really well this season. Ollie Watkins on 15 goals with Matheus Cunha on 14. And Mateta is there in 9th position, also on 14 goals alongside Cole Palmer. Mateta's 14 goals place him amongst the league's top scorers. He's matching the tallies of players from clubs with probably a bit more attacking prowess. Notably, he's outscoring other high-profile forwards and doing so in a team that doesn't dominate possession or create an abundance of chances. In a league where big names often overshadow consistent performers, Mateta's contributions are a testament to his skill and determination. His ability to deliver goals without the fanfare makes him one of the Premier League's most underrated assets. So I think the question we kind of find ourselves at this moment in time is, what's next for Palace's machine? Stay and become a Selhurst Park icon, or will a European side finally wake up to the bargain hiding in plain sight? Mateta is only 27, so his peak years are incoming. With Glasner at the helm and a team full of creators around him, 20 plus goals next season isn't a dream, that's an expectation. No big name, no big hype, just goals. Mateta is everything football used to value: grit, consistency, and a killer instinct in front of goal. So the next time someone asks who's the most underrated striker in the Premier League, you already know what to say. Guys, hope you liked the video. Make sure you smash a like for Mateta, smash a like if you're a Crystal Palace fan, smash that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.